obviously as an auditor, you spend a lot of time out on site.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of time driving around.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest conversations we have in the office, well, there's two conversations we have. First one, what's your preferred choice of coffee shop?
For me, it's got to be a latte.
From where?
I like Costa, but if I'm in a Starbucks, it has to be the blonde roast with oat milk because it's nice and creamy and it's not as strong. I don't like really strong coffees like espressos or dark roasts.
So what is it if you're in Costa? Is it different then?
When I was in Costa, they didn't really do oat milk. It's probably changed now, and they don't have the different beans. They don't do the blonde roast or the dark roast. So I'll just go for a standard Costa latte. But for Starbucks, I tend to jazz it up a little bit.
See, only someone who frequents the very many roads and service stations of the UK would have a different choice for Starbucks to Costa.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably name every service station on every motorway.
I mean, we've got half an hour if you want to try.
I would, but I don't want to bore everyone to death.
What's your favourite service station?
It's got to be the farm shop ones. So you got Gloucester services, and then you got T-Bay services in Cumbria.
But don't you find them annoying when there's people who are just there for a shopping trip? Like if you want to go and just get a quick coffee, and there's always a line of like 10 people who are just there because the coaches have decided to stop there on their trip.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a problem. I think it's more of a problem in school holidays when you get all the families stopping off.
Yeah.
You don't get too many people shopping there because they are quite expensive.
Yeah, but you get them always like just wandering around, pretending to shop.
Yeah. But when I go to Gloucester service, I tend to go for a sit down rather than grab a quick coffee, so I don't mind queuing up a little bit. If I can put my receipt through TMS expenses, even better.
That's why yours are so much higher than everyone else's. And we do generally know when we've had lots of jobs around Gloucester.
Yeah.
The coffee prices goes up on the expenses list.
Yeah.
It's either that though, or is it Michael Wood services or something like that that's just pretty rubbish?
Yeah, Michael Wood services, it just comes at the right time. You get some service stations which are not convenient for us because they're too close, like Warwick services.
Yeah, or rugby services. But see, rugby is a good services.
It's good services.
I'll stop there, so it's slightly annoying it's too close for us.
Yeah, because rugby services, you think, I've only left home and I've still got to go to like Felix though. Am I really due a break? Yeah, and then you end up at some McDonald's at Cambridge or something.
See, like Watford Gap is one of the worst.
Yeah.
And what's the one up on the M6?
Cawley services.
Cawley, yeah. Cawley's all right. It's just Sandbach.
I don't know the names.
Sandbach is pretty bad.
Yeah, Knutsford, that's pretty poor.
Yeah.
All the ones on the M1 are pretty poor.
The ones, is it Cobham? Not Cobham. There's one on the M25 as you go off it, and to get to it's an absolute nightmare.
On the northern side, there's South Mims and Lakeside.
South Mims, yeah. South Mims is one of the worst.
Not as bad as Lakeside.
I've never been to Lakeside.
You don't want to be there. You don't want to stop there. Avoid that one.
Is that one near Dartford? Is that the one near the Dartford crossing?
Just before the Dartford crossing.
I think I might have been there. And you go downstairs to the toilets and it's like down 500 steps.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It all seems to be like run down.
Yeah.
And to get to it, you have to go along some really busy roundabouts.
Yeah.
You get traffic. You could be stuck in traffic for 20-30 minutes before you even get to the service station.